Well, where are we now? We're at Headingley again. We've come down to speak to who, Statman Reese?
So it's someone that we've spoken to like a couple of times in our visits down to HQ this year. So this is now our third time we've been down here this season so far. But every time we've been here, we've had about a 20-30 minute conversation with this bloke, and we've gone, we need to do a special with this man. A
full video content with this man. Who is this man?
This man is Glynn. He's the kit and equipment manager here at Rhinos. He's been here in some form of capacity since 2005. So we're going to talk to him about his career with the Rhinos, what he does as part of in the role of kit and equipment manager, and then he's got an absolute bible of shirts. He's going to take us through those shirts. So stay tuned.
So we're here with Glynn Bell in Glynn's room, do we call it?
Yeah, the kit room.
The kit room. First of all, thanks for joining us. Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
Reese obviously with me. How did you get the job as kitman at the Rhinos, Glynn? Take us right back to the start.
2005.
Seen it all then.
I was involved with amateur rugby league, but I know John Bastian. I used to watch games for John, looking at players. They were on about with the academy, they like coaching staff used to have to get the kit, put it away and that. I offered to do the kit for them on a match day just so they can do the coaching. I'll worry about the kit. Started from that, then as the progressed, obviously Roy were the kit man then. The reserves then used to play before the main game. So I started doing the reserves. End of 2008 after grand final, I just got a phone call off Roy randomly, alright for a coffee. Bear in mind I was working full-time refrigeration, what I did. He just says to me, I met him up near Yeadham, JCT, actually went to Morrison's for a coffee. He just told me, he says, oh, they've told me don't longer require me. He says, I'm just letting you know. So I says, alright. I said, well, I don't know what's happening then. And then next person I saw, with about a week later, was Bluey, Brian McLennan.
Brian McLennan, yeah.
Asked me, could I do it? Bear in mind, I did work full-time at the time. I said, well, I'll have a go, but it's going to be like a balancing act. Luckily, I'd changed part of my job where I was like a service engineer, and the lads controlling the jobs I've known for years, so they did give me a bit of leeway on a Friday, you know, certain things, but a lot of stuff were done from probably 7 o'clock to midnight some nights, getting stuff ready, progressing kit. So I'd never known the full reason why they asked Roy not to be here, so I'm still very good friends with Roy, he's a good bloke. So it started from there. So 2009, when my first full season, it was a bit hard that obviously you're into it, and then there's all the kit to back you up for players. ISC had a bit of a sticky time at the time, and kit were arriving late, so that made it hard. So that's how it originally started. So first year, obviously, you're like thrown in at the deep end, but managed to get through it.
So is it easier now that you are full time than juggling?
Yes.
2 jobs?
Yes. Well, you'd like try to do two full-time jobs when it gets going. Obviously, it's one of them, ain't it? But do something you enjoy. It's hard, but some late nights, but we got through it. Luckily, the kids were younger then, so they used to come and help me.
Yeah, but I love that.
Yeah.
And you mean you've been here, so it's nearly 20 years now, isn't it? So
yeah, so if you're talking, well, 2005, yeah, well, even though I did those for 3 years voluntary, I was still part of the team. The whole club, I can go any department. If I've got a problem, anyone in any department.
You must be one of the longest serving team members in the Rhinos network. I mean, it was because we talked to Ash on the media day, and media just said, Ash was like, because it was asking him, you've been here 10 years, does it feel like it? It doesn't, but then I look back and there's no one else here now except Glynn. You were the only one that was left.
That's what Zach says when he came back. Zach says, firmly fitted in. I say Glynn.
Yeah.
So it's one of them. So, but no, that's a big thing about it. Even though I was voluntary, I still treat as if I were a full member of the staff. And it's always been the same. Every department you go, they'll all look after you. But they all love being here. That's the main thing.
So what's the worst part of the job then, kit managing? Is it what you were speaking before? Was it scrubbing shorts during COVID, or is it?
No, it's hard. But you want it right anyway, don't you? You don't want to go down with looking shorts. So no, it's hard. It's just got to balance things. It's having to sometimes say the hard thing like no, and it ain't through choice. You just sometimes you can't do it.
Yeah.
And that's with kit, and you've got to balance your kit, your budget. So, and we've got more and more teams now than what we've ever had. More people involved, so it does get hard.
And so with the kit manager role then, is it your focus isn't just the men's side?
No, so I have a budget which we've always had for the men.
Yeah.
So that's from 14-year-old upwards. The scholarship, which used to be 12 when I first started, you now have up to 40 players. So that's extra kit to sort out. The staff getting bigger. Obviously, you've got sports scientists involved through the uni for in each section. Then you've got the 18s, the reserves, then your first team. Then obviously, the girls. The girls now have 16s, 19s are now playing more games, so they're going to be playing 6 to 8 games this year.
Yeah.
So they've to sorted out some kit, and then the women's side, I also ordering the kit for the netball. I'm printing the netball dresses with their names on.
Yeah.
All I do is sit down with them, show them the designs. They choose what they want. I put an order, but then it comes to me in a batch from Oxon. When it arrives, pretty good is they send me in what my order is. So I'll get the netball in boxes, all boxed up. Academy, so I ordered the academy with scholarship and then the academy reserves together, and they all come in what I've ordered. So that helps, but it's a bit more than originally signed up for.
Kind of filters it
So
through.
the only teams that I haven't heard so far are the wheelchair and the PDRL and the LDRL. Do you have involvement with them as well?
No, we just originally, because they play in a classic Leeds kit, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yes,
Yeah.
so
2018.
yeah. Well, actually, the academy playing it as well.
Yeah.
That's just to help with but the original idea was that with the academy was they're playing a traditional Leeds kit, and they also earn the right to wear the first team shirt.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Plus, the original design of that was based on the water splash shirt. So
Yes,
the
it was.
stripes on the
Yeah.
water splash. I actually
white
had.
collar.
Yeah.
I actually had one of them box shirts what they did a few years ago,
I've got one.
and we actually
Producer Chris.
we actually measured the bands on it, and the first ones we had off ISC were the exact same widths.
Really?
So that's what we originated from. My brother Simon, he spoke to Rob.
So exquisite is the specification.
So it just and it is slightly higher up.
Yes.
So we actually spoke to Rob. Is it all right? We'd like the academy to play in a traditional away, which is again the white, which I just growing up.
Yeah.
And the
That's what I've got on today. I've got Danny Maguire's white shirt on from 2017.
so I've got one of them. But no, so that's with the academy. Obviously, then the women's. I've got the women's academy shirts up there, which they under 19s. So
when you say splash as well, the only thing when you say splash, I immediately think of Ryan Bailey's horrible paint kit from his testimonial.
I've got one of them somewhere.
So it's always one of the least favourite jerseys. We'll come to jerseys later.
So no, it's grown a bit from originally, and obviously my full time started in 2014.
Really? Is that when you went full time?
2014.
So with 5 years you had of juggling both roles?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't even juggle my own.
I know.
So
You must have been knackered.
I struggle to juggle my own in this doing the
You must have been
podcast.
knackered.
yeah, so 2014 I
Wow.
worked at obviously in refrigeration. I got told I was getting made redundant.
Oh, lovely.
Then Jason Davison who were here spoke to me, Chris Gibson, and they said, look, we think we can justify a full-time role for you. You know, it work. I used to help the Carnegie then, which were Mark, with the kit man. So I helped him with ordering, and because he'd never done it before, and a bit of printing. So I came full-time. The funny thing was, I had getting made redundant the Monday after the 2014 Challenge Cup final.
Yeah.
So
you're celebrating the cup final
and
in
then
one hand,
ultimate
and another
bring me down
hand.
to
Well, the silly thing
getting
is,
made redundant. Bloody hell.
This is the weirdest thing. You're getting told you've been made redundant, and I had the semi-final. We played Warrington.
Yeah.
So I'm going into that.
That was here.
No, that was at St Helens.
St Helens.
We actually comfortably, didn't look comfortable, I thought we comfortably beat them that day. Beat them and I says to JP and Kev after, I says, it's weird. I've just found out I'm being made redundant. If we'd have lost today, I'd have been like that.
Yeah.
I'm gone. But no, so actually I had a week's holiday, and then I was finished on the Monday, which was a bank holiday. I actually used the company van, which I actually my own van, to do the Wembley kit. So that's where we go. But blue transit van.
Bezied down.
Luckily, it had, well, it was a kit van, so luckily it had no brand.
It was
on
blank.
It was blank. So I actually, my previous job helped me with that final. So I drove down to Wembley in that. And silly for this is another thing, because I know you're big fans of Cam. I actually drove to watch him in a school's final at Richmond, playing for Casai.
Did he stand out there then?
He's always stood out as Cam.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we had a meeting and the finals were running late. I had to leave as they entered the field.
Oh, God.
I should have watched the full game, but they started running over. So that's another random fact about 2014.
There'll be loads of those today. Absolutely loads.
Are you happy to show us around?
Yeah,
Give us a
yeah, no
tour?
problem.
Glynn?
Yeah, all right. So
Your room?
This is my room. Obviously, tables with little bits on there. Wall just set up for the ball boys. The personal cards for the players for the changing rooms.
Printed by Fast Signs, the sponsor of the pod.
Yes, they have some printed by Fast Signs. I'll say that. The bags there. So on top of there is the blue kit, navy blue kit. At the bottom is the white kit. Then is spares.
Right.
So every game I've got to have 2 sets of kit and some blanks. That middle one will be the heritage when I finish with it this
When
week.
it's done.
Yeah. That's a women's kit for their game day kit. Here we have every sock, shorts in spares. Drinks, great deal by Rob and Ben. So we've got a deal
Looks
now.
like it.
We've got a deal now where Britvic, which is Gatorade, Pepsi, and now our official
Drink supplier.
Same with water over there. This here is every kit in spare. These are spares. So which your heritage, your white, and
Are these all printed to player numbers as well?
No, they're
Or
just,
not?
they're just blanks. Top of there is match balls, which we train with as well. So we get 130 a year, which you've got to manage. We do go through a fair few in training.
Is that because Sam Lasone is kicking them into the River Air?
Yes, Sam Lasone, yes. But it's a good kicker, Sam. I'll tell him that. The women's kits. So the women are playing the heritage home.
Yes.
The home is their away, but they will wear blue shorts with that. They will prefer blue shorts.
With it.
It's obviously we don't need to go into that. Then here, spare bits of kit, training kit on both shelves, training shorts, bags. This is my sundries, which is I've actually got GPS pouch on there from me. Old time with IC, because sometimes you may get shirts where you need a GPS, which
You need one.
so I get them fitted in. Bit of sweets up there, jellies, and then the printing station where all the magic happens.
This is where the magic happens, right?
So main press for shirts, sleeve patches, putting the block under. You need pressure on it in a smaller area, so it's literally back of shirt, turn round, sleeve press, adjust your pressure, put your sleeve, your patch on. Heritage numbers.
Right.
So the heritage numbers, which are all there, I've put on this press.
And the heritage number, where does it go? Sorry.
Above the badge.
It's above the...
And then obviously if you've played academy rugby for us, you get the silver star.
Yes.
To acknowledge that you've actually come through the system. Or you've played academy. Obviously Jared gets one because he has played academy
He
rugby.
played for us, yeah.
Yeah. Obviously the great man, good friend, Daddy Medeiros.
Yeah.
One of the best, one of the nicest people you wish to meet. So, no.
And are you responsible for this kicking tees here as well? Then?
Yes, so young Cinny, that's same as what his dad used. That's a special.
Same as his dad's, isn't it?
Yeah, so that just goes up to that. The other ones, which I've got one up here, go higher. But
So that's obvious. That's to Jack's.
Yes, so that is just that section with it. So what it is it makes it wider.
Yeah.
So it's got a bigger base to sit on, so you don't get as much movement.
You wouldn't know that all this had happened.
So obviously kick off, Reese. Don't have to shout that, do I?
No.
And these are Lockie Millers. So Lockie's been doing some kicking in case ever Reese's or Jack.
So he'd be second in line.
Yes, if Jack isn't playing, yeah, Lockie. So he's
Lockie's
actually.
Paul Sam.
Paul Sam's not going to get a chance.
No.
Can't Momorowski kick as well?
He can, yeah, he did the kickoffs the other night, but I didn't know he
did that belter the short one.
Yeah, so I didn't know obviously that Moms could kick, but can. Obviously, this is a gift off Sean. Glynn's kick room. Sean Jones, our great customer experience manager, and then that's a Christmas gift off the kids, which.
Oh yeah. Some players on there.
What's a tenner for?
That's a tenner because it's ripped and I don't know what to do with it.
So, Chris, if I could just steal Glynn's tour for 1 second, if you just pan around. One of the reasons why I wanted to speak to Glynn today is because there's just diamonds of stuff randomly potting around everywhere. And Glynn, hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
But I am just going to reach in here.
Tell us the story of this.
Because this is something that is so different. So, what's the story behind this?
Well, I didn't go there. So, 2008, as you'll all remember, they played Souths in Jacksonville. And Russell Crowe brought all the Souths players, all the Leeds Rhinos staff, one of those jackets. As you can see, it's got the Souths logo on the back. The Jacksonville USA 2008. These are all heavy, and it is heavy.
It is really heavy.
And obviously 2007, he's done it as European Super League champions. Obviously a big L with a rugby ball, and then the Australia Great Britain flags. But Russell Crowe bought all the staff and all the South staff and the players one of those jackets. I got this given, they brought it back and gave me one, so I've always kept it. It's just there.
And it's just in
that's
the
why we're here today, because there's diamonds in the rough like this all over the bloody place.
Into the laundry, Glynn. Laundry room. What's all this?
It's only here, so each section, obviously there's towels, home towels there. I have a separate set for away, which goes straight into my kit boxes, 1 and 2. This shelf is a home kit, obviously white socks, grip socks. The shirts are down there on the hangers, which we'll see a bit later. Warm-up gear for the first team, warm-up gear for the reserves. This is the heritage kit, which we'll be wearing very soon. And then the away kit is under there, which is going through the system of washing at the moment. Obviously warm-up tops from the game. These are shirts which we wear for when we have like a heavy session, so they're not wearing t-shirts and getting them ripped. That's last year's reserve and that kit. Obviously we have to put AMT on it to cover the global. Obviously big sponsor, massive sponsors, so we can't afford. So you're part of using them shirts, making them fit for purpose. Obviously washing system, t-shirts from the game. So virtually on the game, I come back. This is away or home. At home, the warm-up stuff will be in, washed. Before I go, they'll be in the dryers. The towels then be in. So then when the girl Sharon comes in on the morning after, the kits are in the sinks soaking. The stuff in the dryers to fold, stuff to go into the dryers.
Into the
so it's
system in place.
System in place, so just to help her and to help me. Obviously in lockdown, this for me. Scrubbing shorts and making sure it's clean. Obviously, don't believe all the huff and puff about all oxy and all that. We've tried it, doesn't work. Elbow grease is the thing. If it's white, you need elbow grease.
That's it.
And wait a minute, we'll go at Ryan. The red lines on the picture, terrible with white kit. Awful. Ryan Golding.
You have to blame.
Obviously, this down here, this is little bits of sundries we've had from the game, the budgies, which the lads have specially made, different various colours through the years. This year's, and then the free kits. Heritage, they're in number order. Home, number order, and away. We usually face them this way because of the sleeve patches. Yeah. Obviously it's massive with the Super League, so I can see if there's any damage to any sleeve patches at a glance. Usually you might take one out and notice it after, but that's the reason behind it. Obviously some special jerseys at the end there, which we might talk about later.
Yeah, get some of them out, definitely.
That one's still got blood in it, but never mind. So then, yeah, just little bits like this. These are sundries from the game, and it's all in a process which we've finished on Monday.
What are you doing, Reece?
I'm stealing a rugby ball. So we've done the whole laundry process now, Glynn. It's match day.
Yeah.
Talk us through what a player sort of needs on the day, and you've handily set up handlies things for us.
Yes. So on a game day, obviously, we usually run with about 19. So that's to cover various things, even though you can only name 1/18th man. So everybody's different, but virtually. So this is Ash. I've done Ash's for you so you can see that he obviously has a couple of bits that are different to other people. So the basic setup is towel, hand towel, start from the top. They all get the nameplate, which is obviously Rhinos, the heritage number, their amateur team.
I really like that.
And which is the most common amateur team in the squad at the moment?
It's I can't really say now. I'm trying to look now. Because at one point last year, I'd gone up Alton Farm with Hornets. Because you had Jared, Sam, Richie Myler.
Oh, Richie.
All played for Alton Farm with Hornets.
Yeah.
He's random. Obviously Ash then, 2 warm-up garments, a t-shirt, sweatshirt, his shorts, BSC compressions, shorts, which he wears obviously to help everybody. I number them. So if I'm not here for any random reason, when I had COVID, it is trying to be idiot-proof to help everybody. So if I'm not there, so then Ash likes his socks cut shorter. So obviously has them cut short because he wears grip socks, obviously. But he also uses grip sock tape to tidy it up around the bottom. So that's Ash's little bit, which is a bit of point of difference for Ash, which doesn't do everybody. Sangard's the same, he has the same system. Justin.
Just as fast as well, both of those players, to be fair. Yeah. And you were saying earlier that Rowan is one of the people that's quite insistent on the grip tape and all that being the colour.
Yeah, I used to push it. The only thing I had last year, actually, because I had him with the City Culture kit, I'm going to call it that.
Yes, yeah.
I used pink grip socks for that because I had a lot of pink highlights. So I had pink grip socks with pink. That was just me going a bit off the cuff, but I thought it went alright. But no, this year we had it with Rowan, and Rowan's massive on it because I agree, it does look amateurs. We're a professional sport. You should have everything.
Should look uniform.
Should look uniform. So it is that now anyway. So all the lads know, no problems, none whatsoever.
And you don't have to embarrass any current players in the squad, but do you get any weird requests in terms of the setup from previous history?
No, we actually now we used to go. So this is set up. We used to go 1 to 17, 18, 19. Now we go 1, 6, 7, 9. If Jared's on the bench, he will go there. Left edge, right edge, middles into subs. So each department is sat together.
Right. So it's
like
your spine together.
Your spine, your left edge.
You got your pack.
Your right edge, and then your pack.
Yeah, all together.
If you need to convert, you're going to be working together. You need to converse together, don't you? So
yeah.
I've never done it before. This is one of Rowan's. So
that's something Rowan brought in.
Yeah. So that's the way we do it now. And
just in terms of the material and the technology of the shirts since you've come in, does this shirt differ massively to 2008-9 when you first started?
Obviously, the fabric wise, yeah, that's the Oxen fabric, which is pretty rigid, is that. But all your movements is in your side panel, to where the other ones where it were like that fabric, but more stretch you give. But no, it's good. Obviously, also on the front, the heritage number.
With the star you mentioned.
Obviously, so Ash has played academy rugby, so anyone who's played academy rugby for us gets the silver star above the heritage number.
I've never noticed that.
That was brought in.
I've never ever noticed that.
Ooh, that 2019 I think we started doing it. So no, they all evolve. They all reckon it's all breathable. Everybody has their own take on it, but we like to get them as tight as we can, and players like them as tight as they can possibly get them.
Because they used to be really baggy, didn't they? Grab a player by and
they
just bring off.
I think it was around about 99, 98 they started changing.
We'd also had the cotton shirts as well when it rained for about 17 stone.
I think it was the Bulls, wasn't it?
The Bulls, yeah, that was my ticket actually. I remember playing against the Broncos and it looked so they'd been printed, they'd had the shirts painted up.